Welcome back to the Mystery School. Today I want to talk a little bit about magic maintenance. A lot of magic is what I call one-off magic. Like you perform a one-time spell, and that's exactly what you get back as one-time results, such as a money spell, where you ask for a certain amount of money and you get it, and then it's over. At least until you do it again, which could be considered its own magic maintenance. But that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about one-offs. I'm talking more about any magic that you have ongoing, such as a servitor that you have to feed regularly, or an area of effect spell that you have to keep up on, which I just had to go outside and ask one of the utility trucks that had parked across from my house if they could move it on down the road after being parked there for an hour eating lunch, because I couldn't record this with the noisy truck making all that racket just outside. But that is a result of the area of effect spell that I have out there, as I had set up a safety protection zone in front of my house, including the street. However, the unintended side effect of that is people like to park in front of my house and chill and eat their lunch and leave their vehicles running, and it disrupts me trying to record. It's that type of magic that I'm talking about. Anything that needs upkeep to maintain. Now, area of effect magic like that does last a long time. I couldn't tell you how long it will last because I've never let mine lapse. But it does last quite a long time, and I just do little refreshers to boost it every now and then, like every few months. Because ongoing magic like that, if you let it lapse, if you let it go, it will wear off. The Magickal checkbook in the Secrets of Wealth program, I did a short on it a while back. It used to be I would write in it every single week. Then when I went from a sole proprietor to an S Corp, it started getting done every 2 weeks. And then a lot of things happened at once, and it got pushed off to where it was like every month or so. And then I'm left wondering why it is that sales are slipping, that there's not as much money coming in. Well, I let the magic lapse. And the Magickal checkbook runs completely on your subconscious. That's why you have to get in the habit of doing it all the time. And if you get out of the habit of doing it, then it's not going to be in your subconscious any longer, is it? That's what a habit is a task that is run by the subconscious. You just do it out of habit, out of the subconscious mind. And, I'm still rectifying that one. It's far easier to just maintain the habit than to have to reestablish it again. There's the soap ritual from Fire and Water. If your magic isn't working, and you look and you're out of water, like it evaporated and your soap's still there, then you need to add more water. That is magic maintenance also, except this one you have to maintain to see it through to the end so that you can get the result. The inganga, the little dirt pot from the Secrets of Wealth, which a lot of people like to argue and say it's not a true inganga, and I'm aware of that, but that's what the person who taught me it called it, so that's what I call it. God rest their soul. If you don't maintain it by feeding the inganga, that little dirt pot, then it will wear off and not do anything and just be a pot of dirt. You have to feed it regularly, just like your servitors. In a sense, the inganga is a servitor. In fact, I think I'm going to go feed mine right now. It's been a minute. All right, I'm back. I was down to the bottom of the bottle on that one. I got maybe one pull left off of it. I also stirred the pot up. I will do that on occasion, breaking up that dirt, getting it nice and loose and stirring it up, and then recharge it by feeding it. I found a buried sigil in there. I don't know what it's for exactly, but considering that the inganga is for money, I'm sure it's along those lines. I'm going to leave it out of it for a while. I may just end up burning it. Okay, so I burnt it, and I may have ruined my altar cloth from getting candle wax all over it. Because as I was doing all this, I came across the candle that was like half burnt. You may recall a while ago, I got a care package from somebody who sent me a lot of candles and stuff from their store. And one of them was a gold-infused candle. And I had used it before, but it went Hiroshima on me and really melted down fast. But luckily, I had a bowl underneath to catch the wax of which it had filled up and still had half the candle to go. And I had never relit that specific candle again until now. and it did the exact same thing, even though I had trimmed back the wick and everything looked like it was fine, and it ended up getting wax on my altar cloth. So I appreciate the gifts, but your money candle sucks, dude. It's actually had the opposite effect. It's going to cost me money. I chucked the rest of it in the trash, which I should have done the first time. I think that person's shop actually went out of business a while ago. That should have maybe been the first clue on how well the money candle was going to work. But yeah, that's quite annoying, particularly because I use that particular altar cloth for the Patreon Godform tier rituals, and I don't think I can get another one before the next one. So we may just have to do without it or have it stained in the meantime. I've done all the tricks I know to get candle wax out of the satin, and I think it's spent. So yeah, it's kind of a separate topic, but you really got to watch what other people send you, as it may not have the intended effect as stated. And maybe burning that sigil didn't do me any favors either. But I'm trying to make this recording on magical maintenance, and part of that is just cleaning out old stuff or any unfinished work. And then I had it just blow up and backfire on me. These things happen, even to me. It doesn't always work out. Now, most of the time it does, but every so often, something like this will happen. It's not a huge deal. It's only going to set me back about $70-$80, and it's going to take some time to get a replacement, but it is what it is. Live and learn. I probably should have took the hint the first time it went nuclear and tried to burn everything down, that it wasn't aligned with my purpose. And it's such a shame and a disappointment because I really, really liked that money candle. When it was sent to me, I thought, now that is a money candle, because it was green, had little flecks of gold in it, and I was really impressed with it. But it just goes to show that presentation isn't everything. I gave that one 2 shots and it crapped out on me both times, so I'm not giving it a third. And we were talking about magical maintenance and the nganga and feeding it. You want to do the same with your servitors to sustain them in the work that they're doing. Their feedings and offerings are going to vary, depending on their purpose and what you're using them for. But if you don't do it at all, you may find that they just simply vanish, along with the results that you're getting. Honey jars. If you have a honey jar going, you may want to heat them up from time to time. A candle burning on top of it isn't always going to do that. It's just going to heat the lid. And that's when it gets down to it. But what I like to do is pop my little honey jar on top of a candle warming plate. Warm it up, get it moving in there so things aren't just so stagnant. There is symbolism in keeping it flowing. Now, again, I don't do it all the time, just every few months or so. Once a quarter is perfect. Love magic. In particular, love magic that is targeting a specific person. Putting someone under your will like that, they will try to break free. And so if you don't keep up on that, they eventually will, and they will hate you for it. People typically don't like being placed under the will of others. This is why I do not recommend doing it, that you cast any and all love spells for the ideal person that you want to attract instead of someone specifically that you know. Yet 9 out of 10 people are going to go for the person they specifically know. And then it ends badly because they didn't do the magical maintenance required to keep them under their will. But yeah, that's about it. I think everyone gets the gist of it. Unfortunately, magic is just like anything else. You have to maintain it to keep it going. So if you notice that your magic is losing its potency, losing its strength, then that's the time to do the maintenance work. It may be best to just have these things on a schedule. That is left completely to you on how you want to approach that. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. Please leave a like and share it if you did. The highest super thanks comment will be pinned to the top. Check out mindandmagic.com for programs and more. And I invite you to visit our Patreon page where we have exclusive content for supporters only. And I'll see you next time. Take care.